Students at for-profit colleges are responsible for nearly half the defaults in student loans, even though they make up less than 13% of the college population. Bloomberg News reporter John Hechinger talked to some of the students struggling with those loan payments, and he joins us right now. I mean, John, what happens when these students default on loans to pay for those for-profit colleges?
Well, these students are really in a world of hurt. They're in much worse shape than people who can't pay their credit cards or their mortgages. They can't turn in their keys to the bank and walk away. These loans, student loans, are generally not dischargeable in bankruptcy. Once they're in default, the Education Department has the power to seize paychecks, Social Security checks, and tax refunds. So many students tell me that they feel they're in a kind of underclass of debt, where not only that, they get turned down for apartments because they can't pass credit checks.
And I mean, this is really the other side of the story. We have covered so much what's been going on at these for-profit colleges and the giving out of loans and the default rates. So this is really kind of the other story. I mean, that's also a very big story, and that's being looked, really being under review, if you will, by Washington right now.
That's right. Defaults are really, in many ways, at the center of the debate in Washington. You have the Obama administration, and Democrats look at the default rates as a sign of poor health among for-profits and a justification for turning off the spigot of federal financial aid, which account for up to 90% of the revenue of these schools.
Right. And it's becoming a hot-button issue, if you will. I mean, these are loans that are funded by taxpayers, correct?
That's right. That's right. And the Obama administration wants to make sure the taxpayers, as well as students, are getting their money's worth. But there's a good bit of pushback now from Republicans and from the industry itself. The industry says that the default rates can really be explained by the kinds of students that they're serving. That these are low-income students, minorities, first-generation college-goers,
right?
And that they would be defaulting at high rates whether they went to for-profits or whether they went to traditional schools.
Now, we just showed the share prices, John. You know the story. I mean, these stocks have been hammered as they become under greater scrutiny by the government in terms of these default rates. What do the for-profits say about those default rates?
Well, as I said, they believe that the default rates are just one indicator and not really a fair picture of the quality of education that they're providing. They feel that many students are really given a second chance at the American dream when they can get an education, and they often maybe can't qualify for a traditional school. So they feel that in the end, it's worth it for taxpayers to give students that kind of second chance.
Right. Definitely a tough story, whether it's the business angle, the stock level, or certainly the personal level. Hey, John, thank you so much for breaking it down. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Bloomberg's John Hechinger.